YouTube, what's going on? Your boy Eisner Tactical. Back with a video, as you saw from the thumbnail, why I chose uh, these holsters, so to speak. I don't know what I wrote. But anyway, before I get started, YouTube, safe control environment, nobody around, everything's good. Uh, yeah, man, so let's get right into it, man. I ain't gonna really, it's gonna be an easy one because you can really go down a rabbit hole with these holsters, man. Like I said, there's people. I mean, y'all drop some comments in here. There's people that got, I mean, tubs, big giant tubs full of holsters. Now, granted, a lot of those guys who probably got a lot of these holsters stacked up, they've been in the gun game for a long time, in the gun community for a long time, buying firearms. So, in their defense, probably when they started, a holster was at a certain point, and then it evolved and got better, and then they upgraded. Now we're in 2024. I mean, there is like a trillion holster companies out there. You can search holsters for outside waistband, inside waistband, appendix waistband, and just about there's hundreds and hundreds of holster companies out there. Kydex, leather, all kind of stuff, man. So you can easily get like confused of what kind of holster, what's the best, whatever. But for the most part, you got to figure out. One of the first things you got to figure out is what type of firearm you're gonna be carrying, what size, what the length, and all that kind of stuff. That's gonna help. The make and model is gonna probably have an impact on what holster you choose. Some companies don't make holsters for every firearm made. Um, One of the good things about Glock, not suggesting Glock firearm again, I'm not suggesting that at all. One of the things that's good about them is that just about every holster company makes a holster for a Glock pistol. That's a fact. They all make one for Glocks. Um, when you get into revolvers and other stuff like that, it gets a little tricky and stuff. Different companies and stuff. So, but all the Glock guns are every holster makes one for a Glock gun, and they also make them for Glock clones. So, like Shadow Systems and Prodigy. Well, not Prodigy. That's more of a 1911 platform, but Shadow Systems and all of those they make holsters for all those companies too. But back to why I chose these. So these really the only two holsters that I use. Um, I have another one for my Glock 29, but for the most part, this is it for me. Now this is my one. Both these holsters are over a year old now, so I can give you some good intel on them. This is the Axis Elite Quick Ship Tier 1 concealed holster. Um, you can put ulti clips on here, whatever you want. Discrete concept clips if you want. I just leave the tier ones because they work fine for me. But all I look for is do the gun move, and it don't move, so I just left them on there. I do have ulti clips, I just don't use them. I use it for my beltless receiver, but this is pretty much it. Now, how did I come about it? Is that so? This is the beltless receiver that I wear when I wear basketball shorts. What happened here is on the beltless receiver, there's a proprietary clip that comes with the alias receiver that slides up in there, and you can take both of them off, which I do because I bought both of them. I didn't, but you don't need both of them to wear this rig. But then you just basically slide it in right there, and then that's for basketball shorts or joggers or something like that. Um, a guy turned me on to tier 1, and I was like, okay, because all my outside waistband holsters are Safari Land. Okay, but he said, yeah, man, tier 1 is great, and I like it because it's not as much Kydex, and they kind of made it like contour to your body. And this one is a light bearing one. It goes with the TLR 7 Alpha. You got the sidecar right there, kind of a built-in like wet a claw system right there on that, and you have that claw system over here. And these are modular, so you can take some out, whatever you want to do. Put some in, take some out. Um, got the shock cord, so it does bend, flex with your body. So that's pretty nice. And you can put wedges on the back. So this is the first one I bought, and I'm very happy with it. And this one these are built based on the pistol you have. This one is for the Glock 19, the Glock 23, and the Glock 34 can fit in here as long as you have that light. And you can get these non-light bearing too. Okay. And the second one I got is This is one of their newest ones, came out a year ago. Is the Modern Samurai Project. That's what the MSP is for. Modern Samurai Project teamed up with Tier One. This one is a more of a unicorn, and what I mean by that, same system, so to speak, but it's a little different. As you can see, they put the clip kind of on the edge right there. It's not, see how that is, how that's kind of sit off to the side. So it'll be, I'm left-handed, so it'll be like that, if you can see that. Whereas this one is kind of like straight across. See that it's right on top of the holster where the pistol goes. And then this one, you can see where they put it on to that kind of like the edge. So you get more of a contour. So when you put on your body. So I thought that was a great concept they came up with. Everything else is similar to them for the most part, similar. But the beauty of it, this one is, yeah, all my Glock pistols fit inside of this holster. The only thing is different is that this one is working off. So both of these holsters are based off the light. The retention is going to be off the light. Okay, so you have the retention screws and stuff, but they base it off the light. So that's why you can put 3 different pistols in here, and you also can put the was it the Glock 30? What's the Sig one? The Glock 32. Yeah, the Glock 32 fits in here too. The Glock 32, the Glock 23, the Glock 19, the Glock 34, and the Glock 35 all fits inside of here because it's based off the frame size of the pistol. Now this one, again, this is off the frame, but you still need the light because it's a light bearing. They do make these non-light bearing. Now this one, the Modern Samurai Project one, is based off the light. So this one actually holds every last one of my Glocks. Glock 29, Glock 21, Glock 34, Glock 19, Glock 23. They all fit in here. The only difference is you got to put the TLR one, TLR one for all those firearms to fit. And the only difference is this mag carrier only goes up to 40 cal. So you can't put the 45 mag in here, and you can't put the 10 mil mag in here. But they do sell separate mag carriers. I just decided not to do it. But yeah, so they all fit in here just based off the TLR one. So that's what makes this kind of a unicorn. So you can carry full size, subcompact, mini, all that, as long as you got that light on here. And this one, I do have a wedge on the back. And if you do the wedge system for these tier 1 wedges, I suggest put Velcro. So if you can move it around however you want to put it, and you don't have to worry about that sticky stuff. So that was one of the tips I got, and that's what I do. So I do rock this with a wedge. I don't use the wedge on this one. I don't really feel I used to, but I don't think I needed. I didn't think I needed it. So that's the 2 that I rock with, man. And I'll just give you an example. Like for example, this is a Glock 34, 9mm, and the TLR one, HL high lumen. This one fits right in here perfectly if I wanted to carry it. And so that's how that looks. That's how that looks up in there. And like I said, it runs with the you stick your mag up in there, and that's how that looks. And like I said, Glock 19, all of them, they all fit. Everything fits in here, and it's got an opening for a comp. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a comp, you ain't got to worry about that either. Same with this one. If you got an opening at the bottom, I like that open bottom. So you want to have a run a comp, you can do that. And this one, same here, Glock 19. Okay, with the strike industry slide. And that fits right up in there. And you just got your mag carrier right here. I like always carrying an extra mag, and that's why I like this kind of setup like this, because you already got an extra mag all ready to go. You ain't got to worry about putting in your pocket. You know where it's at, faster reloads, all that good stuff. So that's what I like about these holsters, that I don't have to buy a bunch of holsters. All I got to do is just, and the reason why I did 2 different ones, because I only have 2 weapons light really. It's the 7 Alpha, TLR 7 Alpha, and 7-1, TLR 1. So, and then I was kind of getting frustrated. I was like, man, well, what if I want to carry this and this and that? So when this came out, I jumped on this holster and bought that light. So now every gun fits in here, and this one's just a 19, the 23, the 34. But I don't carry the 34, so so that's why I like that, because now I don't have to switch lights out. I can just, if I want to carry a full size, I got this already set up. Pop the light on my full size pistol, and I'm in the business. subcompact TLR, TLR 7A. Got that all set up, and that's how I pretty much operate. And it's nice having that kind of like simplified to like what pistol you're going to carry based on the light concept. Now I am looking into getting another holster like this, but non-light bearing, just to slim the profile down a little bit, because if you didn't have that light, then there'd be less kydex, and this would be a smaller holster, right? So, but that's just something I'm thinking about. I don't know if that's going to happen, but just something to think about. But right now, this is pretty much how I rock it. And then, like I said, this works on both holsters if I want to wear joggers or sweatpants or something like that. And this is pretty much my setup, man. That's not much really to it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment in the box. What holsters you rock with? What is your reasoning behind the holsters? Because everything has a reason and a purpose. And for me, that's my reasoning and my purpose. I wanted to have something that I can carry full size because I like 45, I like 10 mil, I like that. The 34 is a super accurate pistol, so I wanted to have something that I could carry those with if I wanted to. Okay, like I said, I don't use this holster as much because I have this holster. Um, but for the most part, yeah, that's the reasoning behind having two appendix carry setup holsters, uh, for that versatility if I decide to carry a full size firearm. Again, if I carry 10 mil or the Glock 21 or Glock 29, I don't have the mag that I can carry, but it's okay. You know, that's not a big deal. But otherwise, other than that, yeah, man, that's that the Modern Samurai Project Tier One and this quick ship, two excellent holsters. Yeah, they're a little bit on the high side. There's other companies that are putting good products out with a little reasonable, I guess when I say reasonable, but a lower price point. But Tier One stands behind all their stuff. You have a problem with them, great customer service. They're out of Ogden, Utah, U.S. made. Them boys do a good job out there. Customer service, they look out for you. Any problems, you don't have to worry about it. They'll take care of you and make it right. But again, there's a lot of good holster companies out there. I'm not saying by no stretch of the imagination that this is the best holster company. That would be a ridiculous statement. That's going to be based on you, your body shape, what gun you carry, and how it feels in your body. That's the main thing with appendix carry, inside waistband carry, is how does that thing feel on your body? Like, is it digging into your legs? Is it uncomfortable? Is it bulky? Those are all going to be factors when you're choosing a holster uh, to carry. Another thing that I look out for when I buy holsters, when I bought it, was that is it covered a trigger guard? Now, some people, this is a deal breaker. Some people don't like the mag release button exposed. I don't find that to be a problem for me, um, but this is something to think about. Some people, one of the things that people like to look for is it optic ready? Yes, it is optic ready. Okay, so you are optic ready. Okay, you are optic ready. You don't have to worry about that. It does cover the trigger guard. That's real nice. And it has a space at the bottom if you had a comp. So those are three big ones. And then, of course, the mag carrier. But that's what people mainly look like. The first thing they ask is like, oh, can you use that holster with an optic? That's one of the first things you hear people say. And then they kind of don't mention like, does it cover the trigger guard? Because that's kind of assumed that that's going to be covered. But make sure you look at that. That's the main thing I look for is that, does that holster cover that trigger guard? So that was what I was looking for. The comp thing wasn't such a big deal. It was just an option that was there. Like again, this is still optic ready. Okay, that's still optic ready. That's covering that trigger guard really well. Again, the mag catch button, the mag release button is exposed. That could be a deal breaker for some folks. So those are the couple items that I will look for. And if you're going to put a comp, you want to make sure that bottom is open. Uh, that's another thing that people look for when they looking into these holsters. They want to make sure those three features are available for them. Um, I didn't look for that. It was already there, so it was self-explanatory. So once I saw that the bottom was cut out, and some people actually cut their bottoms out if there are, so they can put comps on it. And yeah, just two good holsters, and they don't really mark. I've been doing this for a while, and there's not a lot of markings on my firearms from holster and reholstering. However, I don't carry this quite often. I pretty much carry this Glock 23, but I just put the light on here. You see what I'm saying? Because some people buy lights for all their firearms, and that's fine. I don't really choose to do that. And most people saw my videos and follow my channel. I'm kind of a hater on lights. I think they're overpriced. I don't know why a weapons light should be costing $150, $140. I just find it absolutely ridiculous. That's a gap. That's a total money grab. There's no way these lights are worth over $100. They all should be somewhere between 50 and 75 at the most. Um, it's the least used upgrade on my firearms that I use. I never use my light. Some people probably would say, "Oh, I use mine all the time. I work at night. I go out." That's good. I don't. I don't go out at night, so I don't really use a light. And if I do, I got a pocket light anyway. So that's something to think about, guys. Yeah, you can buy lights for all your firearms. Would it be a lot easier to just take this out, put another one in, and have the light already on it? Absolutely, that would be. If I same with this, if I had all my full size guns with the TLR 71 on there, TLR one on there, that would be great. Then I wouldn't have to switch out the light all the time. But the mere fact that I only can carry one gun at one time, I don't find it that much of an inconvenience to take 2 minutes to swap a light out for another pistol if that's what I choose to carry that day. So that's my reasoning behind it. Let me know what you guys' reasoning behind your holsters that you chose to carry and why you carry them. And have you made a lot of bad holster purchases over the years, and now they're just sitting in a big tub and underneath your bed or in your closet because you don't use them anymore? That does happen, but it's just something to think about. And like I said, the first thing you want to think about, are you going to have an optic? Are you going to have a sidecar? Are you going to want a room for a comp and all that kind of stuff? And once you figure all that out, then you can go start shopping for a holster. And it's a lot to look at. And also talk to other people who bought the holster that you're thinking about buying. You can get a lot of intel from people. They'll tell you. Now it'll be based on their opinion, but it's an opinion, and maybe that might help you with your purchase. And like I said, I rock with this. I bought this system. I haven't had no problems with it. You got the ulti clips right here, and that's what clips onto your shorts, and you put that onto the firearm on the holster, and the thing doesn't move. And that's for joggers and short pants and stuff like that. And so that's pretty much my system, and that's the way I look at it, man. Hey, it's your boy Eisen. There's Tactical, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Drop. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Let me know what you guys rock for holsters, what company, why you got to that point, how did you get to that point. I got lucky because I never had an appendage waistband holster, so these are the only two I've ever bought in my life, and so I got kind of lucky, and so it worked out good for me, And the only other holster that I have that I really do appendix carry with uh, is like I said, every last one of my firearms can fit inside of these holsters. But when I carry this, the Glock 29, when I carry this firearm, I pretty much carry with this $30 Glock holster. This is a Glock by Glock. This is by the Glock store. I bought that many years ago, and this is the one I carry with. And I can do the ulti clips on this too, so I can do it on this one too. Same thing. Just gotta. I have another one that's better for that, but yeah, I can do it on that one too. So you have to really you have to do your homework, but you also got to keep in mind what firearm are you carrying, and that way you won't have really a problem, uh, getting familiar, comfortable with the firearm. So I was trying to find something. Of course, when I'm looking for something, I never can find it. Oh yeah. So this is the other one I was going to show you that I bought by Tier One, and this is for the Glock 29. And this is like a Tier One minimalist, and same kind of concept. And I got a wedge on the back of this one, and so this one fits inside of here. But this is non-light bearing, so these are non-light bearing, and this one's optic ready too, and the bottom cut out for a comp. But that's pretty much the Glock 29 Tier 1 inside waistband holster. Full disclaimer, I find this holster much more comfortable to wear than this one. There's a lot of points and edges on this one, as you can see. And that's pretty much why I have that wedge there, because that little point area right there. This doesn't dig, but that part does dig a little bit. So that's why I got that little wedge back there to keep that off the leg area. But for the most part, you know, Tier 1 makes some pretty good holsters, but this one I don't use it that much, and this is the one to go to for the Glock 29. But the Glock 29 does fit in here too. Just got to put that light on it. But that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to keep rambling, but let me know what you guys do for your holsters. What companies you rock with, and how did you get to that point of choosing that holster? Because it is to a point. If you've been in firearms for a long time, you've definitely have upgraded your holsters. It's not the same one that you came in with. It just so happens that I didn't get into these till a year or two ago, and I'm pretty much satisfied. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Everybody stay safe, stay blessed, stay ready. Peace.